Hey, Web Shooter Slings, how's it going, man? Thanks for showing up. How you doing? Looks like you're the first one in. Well, it's filling up pretty quick. How's it going, man? You get all the shoveling caught up yet, or still working on that? Crispy Critter, how you doing, brother, man? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for showing up. How goes it with you, man? HEO Slings, Mark, how you doing? Yeah, you're gonna like what I got going on in this one. Got a little red and black action going on. We're doing, um, yeah, looking for some suggestions as well. Had a little gear change, so as soon as we'll give it a few minutes, everybody so they can say hello, get caught up, and we'll get into it. But how you doing, Mark? Staying cold up there in Canada? Oh, skid steer broke again. Yeah, back to the manual stuff. Donald, how you doing? Yeah, well, thanks for asking. I'm doing awesome, man. Life is on the up and up lately. Yeah, no complaints at all. Well, complaining wouldn't do any good. Who'd want to listen anyhow? But yeah, life is going good. Life is going awesome. Is Jerb still in here, or did he take off? You got no clue. Well, if you're here, Jerb's welcome. Well, the slingy thing, you guys are in here. I'm not sure if you caught the short live I did on Wednesday, but got me the LT2 OD in black. So I'll definitely be beating this thing up. I'm definitely digging it. Like I'm sure, Mark, you've shot these before, but yeah, that's what's one of the things new in the kit is the simple shot LT2. Sweet little setup. Great bang for the buck for, us novice guys. Yeah, Mark says it's good. It's got to be good, right? We won't get into what bands to put on it though. Yeah, one of the things I like about the LT2, it's like inexpensive to get into, and if you like it, they have like a nice the pro version, the aluminum milled one. So if you decide to upgrade, you can upgrade your frame without changing anything other than the materials and stuff. So I thought that was a cool feature. Very cool. So yeah, I'm becoming a fan of the simple shot stuff. Definitely digging it. Then who knows? On from there, right down the rabbit hole we go. Excuse me. So anybody else get any new frames? I know you guys are always getting frames, so definitely definitely quite the rabbit hole to go down. Yeah, Mark says in his opinion probably the top 3 production frames ever. Yeah, I can see why, man. And what's weird is when you see it, this is probably not doing it much justice either. You guys will know more what I'm talking about. Maybe it's the glare off the light or something, but when you see these in pictures and videos, they look kind of like chintzy plasticky, but when you get them in hand, like when you see them up and for real, it's a completely different ball game. It's much more quality. It's definitely a plastic, but more of a dense plastic. It's quality plastic. Yeah, yeah, and then if you're getting frame strikes on this thing, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, it's not much to get a replacement if you beat it up too bad. Yeah, web shooter. What do you think of the pro? Do you have both or just the pro? Like, do you think the pros An investable upgrade? I'm thinking so. I haven't seen one yet, or haven't talked much about it, but um, yeah, definitely something I'm thinking about. Yeah, so that's new on the slingshot thing. Hopefully get out pretty soon and start shooting it. So you find the pro heavy and bulky? Wouldn't it? Isn't it like the same engineering or whatever, same design, just different materials, or is it actually a bit bulkier? Yeah, what's the difference between the LT and one and the LT two? I know that they changed the clips on it. It had those thumb screw clips or something on the LT one. Yeah, and did it have the sights? Which these things are actually pretty cool. They work better than what you think. I'm probably not able to line it up with the camera, but yeah, the sights on this are definitely cool as well. Oh, no worries, Squatch. It's all good. We know everybody. Everybody's behaving, getting along. No trolls yet. I don't think Squat Shot needs an extra introduction. Everybody knows Leon, right? So okay, so they changed the palm swell and the sight clips are changed. Cool, cool. Jerbs, what's happening, brother? Welcome to the chat, man. How you doing? I think everybody in here knows Jerbs. Jerbs, how you been doing, man? Yeah, everybody knows Squatch Creations, right? His custom lanyards and frame bags and stuff like that. Yeah, I think mostly slingshot people's here. Been a rough week, Jerbs. What's up, man? Let's talk about it. Let's get Jerbs in a better mood, everybody. Jerbs, how'd you have a rough week, buddy? Yeah, that's cool, man. I find that I feel the same way a lot of times. Like just jump on one of your chats, surrounded by your enabling friends, and talk about your hobbies. Yeah, the family. I don't know. This time of year, it either brings everybody together or drives everybody a little bit crazy. A little bit of both. But yeah, I suppose that's life in general. So unfortunate to hear that. Sorry for you, man. But you got your second family here: the knife community, the slingshot guys, the outdoor guys, the bushcraft peeps. Yeah, that does make it tough when you have an anniversary that's not of, you know, uh, tough anniversaries during the holidays always make it a little tougher. Yeah, you definitely wish you were spending time with them. Um, I think all of us live in that at some point. So, Mark, you think one is, so you think the LT one might be 90 and the LT two might be 92 wide frame? Stepmom has demands. Oh, dementia. I thought it said demands. Might be hit the big 50. Might be time for another eye exam. Yeah, I don't know. I'm. So you think so? This is 92. Yeah, it'd be tough to say, but Yeah, you're right, Jerbs. Definitely better still be in the game. Definitely agree with you on that. So Jerbs, you do anything new this week? Any new geared, new knife, new ferro rod or something? Yeah, Squatch, you don't enable anybody. That's I'm gonna call that out on BS. I think you're my number one enabler in the slingy thingy community. Yeah, web shooter. Yeah, like I said, we all feel for you, brother. We all go through that. It's some I don't know, not all go through it, but um, John, how you doing? Welcome to the chat, man. Thanks for showing up. But yeah, I think yeah, the holidays tend to be a little more rough for some than others. But in fact, I think Christmas Day, I'm gonna find a few hours and do a live chat. And so if you know anybody that doesn't have anybody to spend Christmas with or something, they can at least jump on and have people to talk to. Yeah, I'll put out a community post and stuff on the time, and I'll schedule it. So if anybody's alone for the holidays or had too much of the in-laws for the holidays, they can come hang out for a little bit, blow off some steam, and hopefully make it through the day. Yeah, Jerbs, I think it's a great idea. Like I thought of it because I've spent the majority of my adult life away from Christmases and family and stuff, living on airports and traveling and always being far from home skydiving. And I can tell you, I spent one Christmas on a sectional. It was in it's Skydive Tampa Bay, and but we had a big screen TV, nice big leather sectional. I spent the day watching goofy movies and whatnot, and that was my Christmas. So. Yeah, I think I cooked a bowl of ramen in the microwave, and so I've been there myself. So I think that's something you might see other people doing too, Gerbs. I think it's a great idea, man. I think you should totally go for it, and maybe we'll organize it in shifts. So there's if people still, if one of us has to go or do something, the other person can do a live chat, and then they'll have that one to go to. So it'll be kind of open nonstop. Oh, this one, Gerbs, this piggyback system. Yeah, this is my favorite. This is my custom set from Eric Hansen Phobos knives. And all I did was the scout carry straps. Instead of having a scout carry strap and a scout carry strap, I moved it down to there's another set of rivets under here. And then just threaded it through the belt loop on the sheath on the Tier 1 Mini and piggybacked it. And then threw a Olight i5T EOS and the Exotac Fire Rod XL on there, and doesn't get much better than that. The Tier 1C, and this is a convex grind CPM 3V. It's 2.5 inches at the spine, so full quarter-inch of CPM 3V. You can't go wrong with that. I don't know, that sounds like an infomercial, but you know what I'm saying. It's a good time. Definitely one of my favorite knife builds of all time. Yeah, Gerbs, I want to get the i5R, the rechargeable one, the rechargeable version of it. I think that's the only thing I would change on this is get the rechargeable version. Yeah, Mark, a lot of people, even DBK, Dutch Bushcraft Knives, Mickey and Martin, they say that's one of their favorite steels as well. It's like a great all-around steel with, corrosion resistance and edge retention and, relatively easy to sharpen and stuff. Yeah, Gerbs, are those the ones with the batteries with the little USB ports in them? Like that's what I'm looking for. I've seen some on Amazon and stuff, but they make like AAA, double A, but I don't know if you can see that. There's like the USB port right here, USB-C port to charge your batteries. That's definitely sweet instead of having a charger. Like, that's something I'm definitely looking into. That way there you don't have to carry around that charging bank. You just, use your standard phone cable or whatever to charge the batteries instead of having to carry a charging port. So, yeah, that's something I'm looking into. The new knife is the Phobos knife Solaris. It's one of the two that I was missing, and Eric very generously gifted this to me as a birthday Christmas present. And so this is a new piece to the collection. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but this is also CPM 3V. I believe the spine on this one is 0.2 inch. It has the ivory micarta with black liners, satin finish, bow drill divot. And I'm pretty sure this notch right here would be perfect for grabbing the handle on a pot, on a pail. Yeah, I can't wait to go try this out. The bow drill divot. I got to get back into friction fires and stuff. It's been a minute since I've done any of that. But this is like the Master Camp Chef knife on steroids or something. It's designed as a camp knife. Eric swears by it. It's great in the kitchen. He has one at his house in the kitchen and whatnot. So I'm gonna do this up nice and make it a food prep knife and camp food prep knife or something. But definitely has a yellow coconut cracker on the back or attitude adjuster. But I think I'm definitely digging the black and red knives. Like, I don't know what maybe it's a Darth Vader thing, I don't know. But there's the tier 1 BC with the black and red. Black G10 scales with red liners. And this one is white ivory with black liners. So I think I'm going to give it a go, try to dye it red. What do you guys, I know I've seen some videos on YouTube, people dyeing scales, either G10 or micarta. But I think that would be like a sweet reverse combo. Yeah, what do you guys think? Red scales with the black liners. And then I like the satin finish for the food prep and stuff. I don't know why. I love PVD and stuff. I like the added corrosion resistance and things that come along with the PVD and DLC coatings. But with this one, I think I'm gonna leave it satin. I was even thinking about maybe like buffing out the high points, like high polish the top, the high points. Leave maybe the blade satin finish, and then like I said, dye the scales red with the black liners, and it would be a pretty sweet little combo. Maybe I'll see if Squatch can tie me a fancy lanyard or something, red and black. I got the cord. I'll send it to you. Yeah, Mark, I've heard the same thing. The frictional kind of like burn, depending on what scale material you have. The friction of the making the bow drill fire. Yeah, I've heard that, man. That's So I guess we'll find out. Or what if I put carbon fiber on there? Carbon fiber has a high heat resistance. So carbon fiber might be the ticket around that. Or just use it as in an emergency. I mean, I carry enough fire stuff with me. It's not like I'd really have to use it. It's more like I choose to use it. Yeah, this one you're saying, Gerbs? Yeah, this would hold the handle for a pot. But I was thinking this one right here would work just as good. Like it really drops in, so you'd be able to like reach under and pick it up. I think that would be pretty sweet. But yeah, you're right. This is a good enough angle as well. where you could pick up the pot and hold it at the right angle. It's not going to slide off. Wouldn't be the first time I spilt a camp dinner though, trying to get it off the fire. But yeah, so that's a little project I think I'm going to do, is dye into the scales. I'll do a video and stuff and see how it comes out. Yeah, the ivory scale squatch. I think a perk to the ivory is you could dye them any color you wanted, if starting with a light color like that. So I think that's definitely a perk to it. And it has the ambidextrous Kydex sheath with dangler, so maybe get a leather sheath for it as well. That would be sweet. But I like the Kydex just as much. I mean, they both have their pros and their cons. Pick your poison, each their own kind of thing. So anybody new in the chat, say hello. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss any questions or comments? Yeah, Keith, I try. I'm definitely I don't have tons of gear anymore. I'm a quality over quantity type person. I'd rather just have a couple nice pieces of gear that get the job done than a whole bunch of it might not. What's the price of tea in China? Gerbs, I have no clue. Was it 100 won a bag or something? 100 yen? I don't even know what their currency is. I get it confused. But yeah, so that's the new project, is the Phobos knife Solaris. And hopefully getting good with this thing. Planning on getting a lot of practice in. It's been crazy cold. Mark, I don't know how you go out there in that cold. That's hello, Stitch56. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for showing up. Everybody say hello. Try to give everybody a warm welcome. Neil McKenzie, how you doing, brother, man? Good to see you here. Yeah, Mark, that's how it works. I imagine it's the same way with frames, right? Like you have a bunch, you like them all, but then you always end up with one or two favorites that end up being the piece of kit that you use. Yeah, five Fahrenheit with the wind today. Yeah, the plates on my hip say hell no. That's too cold. There's no way we're doing it. But yeah, I don't know. We might have to suck it up and do a little bit of cold weather stuff. Not extreme cold, unless I get a hot 10 or something like that. Oh, that's nice, Stitches. You're really out there active. That's cool. Yeah, that is sweet. Yeah, it's quite the accomplishments. Yeah, I've never made my own knives. Yeah, I made my own parachutes. I made my own base rigs. I made my own wingsuits. I'm good with a sewing machine, I guess. But yeah, I've never got into metallurgy or any of that. I figure that's a whole science to itself, all the metallurgy, and I just trust the pros. So, yeah, and ATO's making slings. I'm not sure if anybody's seen that. Well, most of you guys have, but if anybody doesn't know that's watching this later, ATO makes his own frames now. So, yeah, which one is that? One Wind Out. Yeah, One Wind Outdoors. I think I've seen them. I think they sent me something not too long ago. But I kind of like the Pomali. I've seen some of their titanium stoves and stuff, but wow, like $2,000 for a stove it's titanium. It's cool, I guess someday. Yeah, Gerbs, you make some knives. How's that going for you, man? You still been at it making knives? Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely like to take my hand at it, but at least take a try at it. But it would have to. I'm not even sure which process I would want to learn, and there's so many different processes. And I mean, I suppose I could talk to Eric, maybe make a trip down there. And what for you make them knives? You know how you make them knives. Yeah, that makes it rough, Gerbs. Yeah, I know some of us getting older, the cold ain't fun like it used to be. I used to like, the classic tobogganing and downhill skiing, little randonnée, and some snowshoeing and whatnot. But yeah, it seems like nowadays the cold just isn't a great thing. Yeah, stitches. If you want to send me some pictures of your work, my email's on the channel site. That'd be cool to see. Yeah, Mark, I think I've seen that. I think you were doing one of your indoor lives and you were showing that knife. I'm pretty sure of it, man. Yeah, 81 in the desert today. I'll definitely trade you. I don't mind the desert so much. Um, yeah, I worked out at Skydive Las Vegas in Boulder City, Nevada, and there was some awesome mountain biking out that way. That was a good time. Um, and yeah, you definitely have your cold, windy days in the desert, but it's nothing like cold northeast cold and northern cold. So yeah, it is definitely something different, the desert. But yeah, I'm down with the desert. So and the other thing, there's only a few days left for the 30% off sale going on at Phobos Knives. So if anybody's thought they missed, I mean, you missed out on the 40% off Black Friday sales, but there's still a 30% off sale going on up until Christmas Eve on whatever he's got in stock. I put the link at the top of the chat as usual, just in case anybody wanted to capitalize on that while that's still going on. I know that, or I'm pretty sure I was on the website earlier. The Tier 1 BCs are sold out, unfortunately, but there's still a bunch of Alarises, Calculas, the Tier 1 Mini Gen 3, and different scale colors and whatnot, and PVD or satin finish options still available on the Tier 1 Mini and the Tier 1 Mini Mini, which is two of my favorite EDC all around pocket carry, belt carry, fixed blade options. So the Tier 1 Mini Mini and the Tier 1 Mini, there's still a bunch of those different color combinations. These are OD with orange liners, PVD finish, but there are multiple options available if anybody's still interested in that or wanted to capitalize on it before it ends. Or, if anybody has any last minute Christmas shopping ideas for me, send me an email. I have it listed. Yeah, Mark, the mini and the mini, that's a lot of minis. You say mini a lot when you're talking about these two knives in particular. But yeah, these are sweet. And these are a good size, you know. You're usually not gonna get messed with. I mean, you're not gonna get messed with for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not like big Rambo knives on your belt, so people aren't gonna freak out as much. But yeah, like I said, he's got a lot of different options available for colors and whatnot. Yeah, that sounds sweet, Stitch. Fixed blade with a thick... how thick do you run the spine? Do you know, or... Joey H. Is Eric Hansen ever going to make a folder? Yes, he is. It's in the works. It's in the process. Um, I know it's quite the process, especially when you're having a bunch done. Um, but yeah, it is definitely in the works, and I'll give you a little heads up. The designs are based off of the Tier 1 Mini, the Tier 1 Mini, and the Calcula, which I don't have a Calcula right now, so that would go right in here is where the Calcula would go. But yeah, the folders are in the works. He's doing the best he can at getting them done. So, Just Outdoors, how you doing? Yeah, all the way from Scotland. Thanks for showing up. We definitely appreciate you staying up late. Yeah, so stitch. Yeah, 1/4 inch. That's a hefty blade for an EDC. This Tier 1C is 0.25 and the Alaris is 0.2. So that's a 0.25 and a 0.2 inch wide blade. So yeah, that 0.25 inch on a pocket carrier is pretty hefty. Oh, the piggyback set? Yeah, most definitely. The knife or the whole thing, Mark? Yeah, so this is just like I said earlier. I moved the Scout Carry strap down so they're both side by side here, and then just fed the Scout Carry straps through the belt loop on the Tier 1 Mini sheath, and there you have it. The ferro rod holder is pretty standard. You can fit up to a 1/2 inch, and then the flashlight, I'm trying to, is just hooked onto the two straps. It just the pocket clip goes right through. So that's how that's on there. There's a magnet in the bottom of the sheath which helps with retention. So, and then the Tier 1C is the primary knife on this, which is, like I said, 0.25 inch spine, convex grind, 12 1/4 inches overall length. Definitely sweet setup. Probably the best I've ever owned in my life for sure. Yeah, I would definitely argue this is by far the best knife set I've ever owned. I've owned quite a few, but that one I'm definitely digging. You can do the same thing. This is the leather sheath for the Tier 1 BC, which is an add-on option you can get separate. And so this is how the Tier 1C knife came. And all I did was, like I said, I moved the top Scout Carry strap down to this second set of grommets, and then moved the ferrocium rod up to the side. And then this one I actually usually have the Tier 1 Mini on. But the belt loop on the back of the sheath slides through both, and you can do a piggyback system with the Tier 1 BC and the Tier 1 Mini as well. So it ends up, which I'm still working on. It's a work in progress, but it'll get done. Yeah, Joey, I don't know who the OEM is going to be, and I'm not sure on the steel. I know there's a couple different options, S35, VN, whatnot, Magna Cut. I don't know. I haven't talked to Eric too much about it lately, but I'll definitely get in touch with him and have some better answers for next week. Yeah, Jess, we definitely got more options for knives in the U.S. We got quite the collection of pews as well. Yeah, stitches. I like folders too. I'm not a huge fan of them because I always feel like it's going to close and I'm going to lose a couple of fingers. I do carry folders though. I'm not even good at it. I'm like, I would never make it as a full knife tube channel guy. Wow, it got better though. You should have seen 2 weeks ago I was trying to do this. It was not going well at all. But yeah, we're doing better now. But yeah, folders. I just use folders for light tasks. I never expect them to do any heavy duty things. Like these are like folders is what I use as a box opener, you know, opening an MRE package or goofy stuff, cutting a little bit of paracord, just light duty stuff is all I ever use folders for. And I try to buy like heavy duty quality material folders so it'll lessen that chance. But yeah, I prefer, like if I had to choose between a folder or a fixed blade, yeah, every time I would choose, I'd carry my Tier 1 Mini over the folder. If I had to, you know, if I could only choose one, I like carrying both though. But yeah, if it were just one and done, I would go fixed blade for sure. Out of all the knives on the table, what one would I recommend for a beginner? Um, if I were to recommend one knife and only one knife, I mean for EDC or for the woods. For the woods, I mean like camping and bushcraft and stuff like that. The one knife I would pick would be the Tier 1 BC. It's in that, you know, fits every bill. Has the bow drill divot. Has the ferro rod notch. So you're definitely good there. Has a finger choil so you can choke up and do smaller tasks. It's light enough and balanced enough. You can use it pinch cuts or yeah. This would be the one knife. Um, and it's a bit pricey. I don't. I would do it with the recommendation that you're going to be in it for a while. It's kind of an investment, but I think overall it would be worth it, and it would be like the absolute. If I were going out in the woods and I could only bring one knife with me, this would be the one knife that I bring with me. It's in that, you know, 5.5 or 4.5 to 5 inch blade recommendation that everybody recommends. So yeah, Squatch, fixed blade all the way. Yeah, Mark, but yeah, how much do you like? You use that just for like EDC stuff, right? Like that's your. But if you're going off in like the Yukon or something, you're gonna bring a fixed blade with you. But I think we're on the same page as far as yeah, throw a folding knife in your pocket. Nobody notices it. Nobody cares. And if you need it, it's there. But like I said, I've never trusted folding knives to do real hard type tasks. Yeah, so just one of each. Yeah, a folder and a fixed blade. Yeah, I know a lot of people do that. I mean, I've always been a little bit ridiculous. I carry like 3, 4, 5 knives. I don't care. I'm doing my thing, having a good time. My old set of knives. Here, I'll show you the method of my madness here. Okay, my old set of I carried these for like I want to say 5 or 6 years, every day, day in, day out. But these are the Spartan Blades, Horkos, Frike, and Enyo. And these are the three knives that I carried for years. I also had a folding knife. I had the ZT-0200, and I ended up giving that away, and I got the Spartan Blades Palas button lock folder, and I ended up selling that one a couple of years ago. So I don't have the folder that I carried all the time with these, but this is pretty much what I carried. And you know, a small knife for doing stupid little tasks, and then I had my larger Horkos which is my field utility knife. And then I had my Frike, which was a medium-sized, mid-sized knife that I could use doing whatever I wanted to do. It was nice. It fit in the pocket. I have the Kydex sheath for it as well. But this is what I was carrying. And on a daily basis. And typically my Frike went in my pocket. And I EDC a small backpack every day. So these two went in the backpack. Is what I used to do with it. And they have their pros and their cons. They're all S35 VN steel, so they definitely, edge retention and everything is awesome. They're great knives all around. But what they were lacking is in the handle department. There wasn't a lot going on, which kept a sleek profile, made it awesome for the pocket and everything. Discreet carry, IWB, whatever. It was good for that, but when I actually went to go using it a lot, with it being so thin, it'd get a lot of hot spots and it got uncomfortable quickly. So I started looking into other knives that would more accommodate what I wanted to do with them. And I ended up running across Fobos knives. And that's where I got this set back in 2019. And I unfortunately haven't had the chance to use it as much as I wanted to. Everything, I'm like one of those people, life changed after 2020, but we're not allowed to talk about it, if you know what I mean. So this was my introduction to Fobos knives, how I met Eric Hansen. He ended up making this set for me. And now we've just kind of been developing a relationship, and I'm going to be doing a whole lot of using of Fobos knives. But back to this set, I'm replacing it. And as of now, it's kind of going to be the Fobos Tier 1 BC. The Tier 1 Mini is going to end up replacing the Enyo. Obvious, I mean, yeah, there's more weight and whatnot and a little bit more bulk, but far more usability with the scales, comfort, and things like that. This is going to be awesome for carving and whatnot. So, yeah, the Tier 1 Mini replaced my Spartan Blades Enyo. And then, yeah, obviously the Tier 1 BC replaced the Horkos, and which leaves the Frike. And the thing I plan to do with the Frike is replace that with a Calcula, which I'm in the works of doing somehow. I actually have my Spartan Blades for sale. If anybody's interested in Spartan Blades, shoot me an email. They are for sale. And I'll be using my Fobos knives. And plan to pay for my Calcula with that knife sale. So see how that works out. But that's my major knives. I mean, 2 is 1, 1 is none, but 3 is way more fun. So that's where my current knife set is. And like I said, the Calcula would go in there. I suppose if you wanted to carry a little less weight, you could throw the Tier 1 Mini in there. But I think that the Calcula is going to be that sweet spot for me. That's kind of like the last 10 or 15 years of knife use for me. Like I said, I don't buy a lot of knives. I don't do too much. All right, just getting caught up on shots. If I miss somebody's question, let me know. Roman, yeah. Yeah, the Mortar Companions are sweet little knives for the money. Yeah, Jeff, the Bushman folding knife. Is that one of those like super locks? Like the have you seen the Extrema Ratio Rayo 2? That seems like an insane folder. T-Rex, how you doing, brother man? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for showing up. How you doing? Anything new and exciting? You missed me going over the legendary LT2. The Scout LT2. I know I'm going to end up losing a band. Maybe you shouldn't play with your slingshots and your knives at the same time. I have a feeling I'm going to slice a band on accident or something. But yeah, T-Rex, you ever shoot one of these, brother? They're definitely sweet. So that's kind of my knife progression, where I'm going. Um, so yeah, once again, if anybody's interested or knows somebody, I've got the Spartan Blades Horkos that I'm selling. The Spartan Blades Frike, which is a sweet knife. I mean, definitely dig it. And the Enyo. This is a sweet little necker as well. For those of you, I can't wear anything around my neck. Too much skydiving. Um, but yeah, this is a great little necker knife as well. Or throw it in your boot or something. All right, hey Mark, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one. I'll probably see you Sunday morning for coffee, brother. And my current set, like I said, it's a work in progress. I'm gonna end up matching up some scales. These are gonna be black with the red liners, just like the Tier 1 BC. And then this one, like I said, I'm going to dye the scales. It has black liners, so it'll be in reverse of the Tier 1 BC. I think that'll be pretty sweet. Have the red scales with black liners and then black scales with red liners. And then the, like I said, I like the satin finish better if you're going to have like a dedicated food prep knife or something. I think the satin finish is the way to go. Just, there's nothing on the blade. It's easy to see if it's clean or not. Yeah, yeah, I got to meet Nathan. He's the owner of Simple Shot, right? Like, is that right? Yeah, I got the name right, I think. But the thing about folders, that they're fun to play with. Does anybody? I know a lot of the knife community guys there. They're most definitely into the flicky knife thingy. Yeah, Nathan Masters. Yeah, I'll have to get in touch with him, and that would be pretty sweet. Yeah, exactly. Adult fidget spinner. And then if you make too many mistakes or you screw up your pivot tension and drop it too quick, you get, the Band-Aid award. Yeah, Rex, I don't think you were here earlier. You've shot the LT2, right? What do you think of it? Oops, missed it that time. How do you go from doing it good to doing it worse in only a few minutes? Oh yeah, it'll correct you quick. Yeah, we're used to that stuff though. We grew up in the school of hard knocks, right? I think you're around the Gen X, when we were drinking from garden hoses and had to be home before the street lights went off. And yeah, so the LT2 is a relatively new model, right? I'm still relatively new to the slingshot thing, as you guys know. It's a new hobby for me. It's something I'm picking up on. But yeah, YouTube knife reviewers always got band-aids. Yeah, that's why I'm a bushcrafter. no band-aids on me. I do the bushcraft thing. I'm not just a knife thing. But I got a thing for knives. I'm not going to lie. I got a thing for slingshots now, too. I also got a thing for bicycles and tents and sleeping bags and parachutes and SLCDs, spring-loaded camping devices for rock climbing. Yeah, I got all kinds of little quirks and problems and habits and hobbies, and but that's the best of us. So what else did I want to show you guys? Any thoughts, opinions, suggestions, or questions from anybody? Well, we got make sure the chat's all caught up. If I missed your question, just throw it down again. Sorry about that. I'll make sure to answer it. So yeah, so maybe how many people are here? There's current viewers. Yeah, so this is my new Alaris sweet knife. It's a CPM 3V ivory micarta with scales with G10 black G10 liners. And like I said, I think I'm gonna dye it. I kind of want to dye it red. Maybe I should dye it purple for the misses or something, or maybe take a vote. And then I was thinking about like mirror polishing the high sides. You know, leave the satin finish on the blade, on the grind. Maybe buff out and mirror polish around the handle and stuff. A little attitude adjuster on the back. And I like that there's plenty of room if you wanted to use a lanyard. I hate those tiny little lanyard holes that you got to struggle to get it through. Now this is nice. You could actually easily take a bite of 550 cord, throw it through there, and no fighting around with it. Yeah, that's sweet. You could even loop it over the top if you want to hold it more out of the way. Well, custom lanyard. I never finished it. Got to finish your ends. That looks at it. No, it's tassels. It's trendy, right? All the cool kids are doing it. So, yeah, that's the new knife there. Little size comparison for the knives, the different sizes. The Alaris versus the BC, the Mini versus Mini. And then that's the Spider Coast Sage 5 carbon fiber as a comparison. So anything going on with anybody else? I mean, how's everybody else doing? Yeah, the Mini is sweet. And the if it's the skeletonized scales, you can actually the Mini scales will fit on a tier 1 Mini and vice versa. So like if you like the Mini, but you didn't like the skeletonized scales, depending if you're pocket carrying it, you can get stuff in whatever. But you can switch them back and forth between the two. So the Mini will fit on the Mini, and the Mini will fit on the Mini if you wanted to switch it up. Yeah, that's torture, Joey. I totally feel for you, man. It's sitting in the box. It needs to be played with. It wants to be played with, but you can't because it's in the box with the special Christmas wrapping paper. You can't open it until Christmas unless it's pajamas. Then you get one the night before. Right? Isn't that how that works? John, how you doing, my man? John is our friend from Ireland. And yeah, he's from Ireland. How you doing, John? Good to see you in the chat still, brother. But yeah, and then The sheath that comes with it, Rex, is this one, leather. That's what comes with the mini mini. And these are on sale right now, like 30% off still. And he has a good selection of colors and finishes and stuff like that. So you could definitely, yeah, and this is the first time I've seen them on sale. So, same thing, the I'm sorry, the mini once, um, comes with a similar leather sheath. It's just a little bit bigger to fit the slightly larger knife. That's how that comes. And unfortunately, like I said, he sold out of the Tier 1 BCs, but those currently come in Kydex. And along with the Alaris comes with Kydex as well. Now, all of these are ambidextrous, so if you wanted to set it up however you want to set it up, it's highly modular. Same thing with the leather sheaths. All you got to do with the leather sheaths is probably loosen the screw a bit, rotate the strap, and then it fits either way. So even if you want to carry it, cross carry anything, scout carry, it does have scout carry, so you can carry it crosswise, or yeah, however you want. It's highly modular sheath system, so you can pretty much set it up any way you want. So that's what I currently have. And like I said, he's got some of the calculas on his website still, if you're interested in those as well. But unfortunately, like I said, I don't have one yet to show you. The Tier 1 BC does have a leather sheath option, and I believe there's a leather sheath option available for the Alaris as well. But this is minus the ferrocium rod. This is what the leather sheath for the Tier 1 BC looks like. And the danglers are reversible, so if you didn't want the leather dangler, you could put the Kydex one on, or vice versa. The leather one will fit on the Kydex, so you can make it a hybrid. Maybe next week I'll make sure I have some drivers ready so I can switch them out and show you guys. The uni clip with the leather, do you mean like the Alti clip, Joe? One of these? No, I haven't put one on the leather yet, but I know they fit. That's what this right here is set up for, is to put the Alti clip on. But no, I haven't put one on the leather yet. I actually, this is the one that comes with the trainer. If you have the mini trainer, you can get an option. At some point he is going to be offering the sheath separate, but I don't know when. I use this a lot because it obviously fits the mini trainer. It fits the Tier 1 mini, and it also fits the Tier 1 mini. So one Kydex sheath, 3 options. So yeah, if I'm gonna carry with an Alti clip, I typically carry the Kydex. But I do need to give that a try with the leather. But yeah, I just got to pick up a couple Alti clips and throw them on there. I like keeping the Kydex one together. But I think they would work. I don't see why not. And the straps, the retention strap and button is removable. So if you wanted to use an Alti clip, kind of like using this as a pocket slip, you can remove that. So that's makes it a little more convenient as well. But yeah, is that what you're carrying, Joe? You have the Tier 1 mini? Or you're waiting for it? So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely designed to go, but I can't speak firsthand. I mean, Eric thinks his stuff through pretty thoroughly based off experience and whatnot. So I'd imagine if he made a spot for the Alti clip, I'd pretty confident that it's going to work well. So, all right, Rex, thanks for stopping by, man. Definitely appreciate you being here. I'm sure I'll see you sooner than later, someplace either here or there. So, did anybody else have any other questions? Did I answer that question good enough for you, John? I mean, Joe. Sorry, Joey H. So now let's see if I got any better at cutting the paper yet. So there's always a trick to it, right? And this is out of the box. Oops. Well, I started off better that time, right? So that's the Alaris out of the box. Definitely plenty sharp enough. Cuts the paper. It's shaving sharp. Wonder if that's a YouTube no-no. Like, you can't do that. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the Alaris. So I'm just curious, did anybody in the chat ever pick up a Phobos knife? Have you seen them elsewhere or any owners? I mean, I know Joey Eats going insane that he insane waiting to unwrap his. Yeah, Joey, I think you're gonna love the Tier 1 Mini. I think it's a great knife. It's a perfect EDC small camp knife. You know, especially like hikers and stuff like that. If you're not going to be, you know, making traps or doing anything real serious, it's a perfect size knife. I would carry it all the way around. I think I'm going to put a set of skeletonized scales on a Tier 1 Mini eventually and give that a try. I think for me that might just be a little smidge better. But teach their own. And one of the things that I like about Phobos knives is all their scales. The ergonomics on the scales are all similar, even though they're different size knives and clearly, you know, different size designs. Every time I pick up one, it's different but familiar, which is one of the things that I enjoy about it. So it doesn't matter if I'm using the Tier 1 Mini or the Tier 1 BC. The ergonomics of the grips, like find that, you know, you find placement with it quickly, and you have that like a familiarity between one knife to the next, regardless. Even the Alaris, it's a bit more, you know, chunky and stuff. There's even, you know, you can see there's a lot more handle to it than the BC, but it still feels, it has that familiar feel to it when you're going from one knife to the other. And so that's one of the things that I like about it is the difference, but consistency or familiar, you know, how familiar the handle scales are between the different knives. So, which I think is a very cool thing. Definitely builds a little bit of confidence too when you got something you're more familiar with. Joe, you have every one but the Mini. How far back? Like, do you have the MKB9 or the Legion or the MKB7? I know the MKB9 is one that I definitely want to get an MKB9 at some point. It's like it's the same as the Tier 1C, like extremely similar, just like 2 inches more in blade length. Like same CPM 3V, but yeah, like 2 inches longer, and it doesn't have the ferro rod notch. So you just got a nice, it's got a longer section of 90-degree spine. So if you're like, shaving off fat wood or, anything like that, that's cool. But yeah, the MKB9 is one that's on my list of ones if I can find it someday. And I know at some point he's coming out with another batch of Tier 1Cs. Oh, so you started with the Tier 1 BC? Okay, Joey, I got you. Yeah, so you would, yeah, so you don't have the Tier 1C, do you? I think those were available last year. I'm not sure. They sold out fast, though. He did a bunch of them. They sold out like overnight. But as far as current production goes, yeah, the only one I'm missing is the Calcula. And I'm fixing to change that quick like a bunny. But yeah, and this Tier 1C is a custom one done by Eric for me. Um, this whole set. Yeah, the leather's been oil dipped and everything. Yeah, this is a Tier 1C with convex grind. They're both acid etched, so kind of one of a kind set that Eric made for me. Yeah, yeah, Joey, pay attention. The Tier 1Cs sell out like super fast. And like I said, I know he's working on doing another production run. But he's also working on the folding knives as well. So he's got a lot going on. So yeah, definitely pay attention. It's going to be a lot of things coming in the future for Phobos for sure. He's got tons of stuff going on. So any other Phobos owners or just Joey and I? Yeah, Joey, did you get a chance at that sale that Eric has going on right now? Phobos Knives, a 30% off sale. Have you seen that? Or have you heard anybody else talking about it? Oh yeah, so you got the 40% off deal. Sweet man, even better. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the first sale that Phobos Nice has ever run, and it's been pretty successful. Um, yeah, I know I did my best to get the word around. So, oh, what else is there? So I guess the future of this channel, we're doing our tabletops for now. We just started like this is our third Friday, and I'm gonna continue running live chats on Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'm also gonna start doing a bushcraft morning brew crew Sunday mornings for those of us coffee drinkers that like to get up early and talk about knives and knives and slingshots and camping gear and stuff like that. Maybe we'll tell some old skydiving stories, some camping stories, bike touring. I've kind of been around the block a few times, so hopefully share some experiences and other people can learn from them. Neil, you need to get yourself one then, man. They're like Pokemon cards. Collect them all, right? Neil, how you been doing, man? Busy working, keeping busy. How's life been treating you? But yeah, Joe, you're definitely gonna enjoy your Tier 1 Mini. And yeah, you so is that's the last one you needed? And then you have an Alaris and a BC and yeah, and Joey, he's still got the trainers. He's still got some of the Tier 1 Mini trainers. If you click on the shop link at the top of his page, they're at the bottom. And these are on sale as well. And like I said, it's a sweet deal because you can use the Kydex for all three. Obviously for the trainer, the mini, and the mini. And it comes with the ulti clip, and it is reversible right or left hand. Instead of having standard rivets, there's like Chicago screws here. And you just take the Chicago screws apart. The ulti clip comes off, and you can put it on the other side and put the sheath back together again. Yeah, how do you like the Calcula, Joe? I haven't had my hands on one yet, but I've looked at them more times than I care to count. Yeah, and there's the satin finish Tier 1 Mini. And here's a good example. This one I wicked waxed recently, and this one hasn't been. They're both OD with orange liners. So you can really check out how if I had better lighting, that would probably be a huge help, huh? But you can see the difference, like, with the wicked wax and without. And even with the wicked wax, it doesn't change the grip. Like, it's not slick or greasy or anything like that. It's more tactical, great feel and balance. Yeah, what do you think makes it more tactical? Is it the more of a straight on point on the end? It's definitely sleek, that's for sure. It's definitely a sleek knife. And it's got a handle more like the Tier 1 BC, a little bit thinner than say like the Alaris or the Tier 1C. Like you can see the handle difference. Yeah, pointy is good, right? So I think for current EDC has been looking a little bit like this. And this is just daily EDC. Nothing fancy, not going in the back country or anything like that. Pretty simple, straightforward. Leatherman Surge. I'm a fan. I think for EDC though, I want to backscale this to a Wave Plus is going to be the plan. Like I like the Surge for outdoors and mountain biking and doing stuff like that. It's a great tool to have, but I think for EDC the Wave Plus or something I think might be a little lighter, a little more compact, a little more EDC friendly. Then of course I throw my keys in. usually some cash and whatever else in the pocket, and that's about it. That's all I really. I mean, I EDC other stuff, but it kind of goes in the backpack. But as far as in my pockets, my personal carry, that's pretty much it. So, yeah. So, anyone want to share their pocket carry, or I know some of you guys be like, you carry a lot of stuff. I always kind of wonder, like, that's, oh yeah, and I usually carry a flashlight, like, I3T EOS or something like that. And that's pretty simple, straightforward, what I like to carry. So, probably gonna run this another 15 minutes or so. I think at like around an hour and a half. I think we've been at it for a little over an hour. Um, so if anybody has any questions or any suggestions on what you want to see on future lives, um, I'm definitely open to suggestions and doing what you guys would like to see. So we're down to eight or yeah, 9 concurrent viewers. So anybody else on EDC pocket dump? What are you carrying? So yeah, um, future channel stuff. Like I said, we'll definitely be doing more outdoor stuff, more stuff with the slingshots, and a lot of how-tos on use of knives, field tools, saws, axes. Be going through some gear stuff, uh, like quality control stuff for tents, sleeping bags, suggestions on beginners. Kaiser Mini Harpoon and 3B, Olight Arc Field, 09 Bit Tool. Yeah, how do you like that Olight Arc Field? I kind of I like the Nightcore, like the as far as flat lights go. The Nightcore one is one of my favorites. I think like the EDC 29 or the EDC 23 is a lot more compact. But I got to get in touch with Nightcore. I've only got one Nightcore product, and it's the MT2A Pro, and I'm pretty impressed with it. I think I'm going to give some other Nightcore products a try. I've not a huge fan of the Olights anymore. I think that bug kind of wore off. Not sure why. I don't know. Maybe because they always try to suck me in with points and rewards and buy this and we'll give you this and buy that, and it just yeah, not sure. I'm not a huge fan of the Olight anymore. And the other problem I had with the Olights, the Warrior Mini 2, I was carrying this for a bit. The tail caps on these somehow like lint or something manages to get inside of them, and and then your flashlight won't work. This one obviously cleaned out, but yeah, you get some pocket lint in the tail light, and you go to use your light and it doesn't work anymore. I wasn't a huge fan of that, and yeah, and of course, you know, you find out after you buy 2 of them that you're not a huge fan of it. I mean, they're pretty good lights. I don't know. I'd maybe give the Warrior Mini 3 a shot. I think they changed the tail cap design, and it might work better. But yeah, somehow pocket lint or whatever gets in this tail cap, and the light doesn't work. So yeah, not a huge fan. And when I contacted them, like they preach a lot about their warranty, but when you try to get in touch with them and talk to them, they're like, "No, you bought it. It's your problem." So I wasn't overly impressed. And yeah, I spent a whole bunch of money with those guys. We got like a diamond account, and they're kind of like, spent over $1,000 clearly, and you tell me to go pump sand. Like, not impressed. Yeah, it's EDC bushcraft, camping outdoors, knives and all that. I guess EDC, everybody has it. Doesn't matter what you do. Common topic. But yeah, we're gonna be getting more into bushcraft, survival stuff. Um, I'm working on a bunch of different things. You're USMC associated. I have a friend, 18 Delta, Eric Hansen. He's going to go over some medic stuff with us. First aid, IFACs. We got that in the works. So we're going to be expanding more. I'm just really getting the channel going. But yeah, we'll cover everything from EDC to survival, to just adventure camping, stuff like that. Jasper, I don't the CRKT minimalist line. I'm not really all that familiar with it. Um, I don't get that much into knives. Like I kind of do my research, find what I like, and use what I like. I mean, I don't buy a lot of knives. Um, I don't review a lot of knives. Like I was just saying, I had the same knife set for like 8 or 9 years before I finally changed it out. So I don't really have like one knife. I just kind of like have a range of knives that'll cover everything from EDC to survival. Um, and a couple luxury choices in the middle. Never hurt anybody. So that's kind of what I got going on with my Phobos knives. Is I've got everything from simple EDC choices to much larger bushcraft style knives. And this set. And that's pretty much all I own for knives. Um, yeah, that's pretty much what I use. And I'm going to add the calcula to it. This set I'm not going to use too much. This is, like I said, it's a custom set that Eric Hansen made. I mean, I'm definitely still going to use it, but I'm not going to abuse it. Yeah, we'll discuss some personal protection stuff as well. I'm gonna get Eric to talk about a lot more about that stuff. He was a 22-year Green Beret, so he's taken all the courses and classes and all that stuff that Green Berets do to learn the stuff. So I'd rather get you, accurate, qualified information than my opinion. Which setup, Jasper? The custom one? This one? Yeah, okay. So this is a Phobos Knives Tier 1C and Tier 1 Mini. Piggybacked onto it. All I did was I moved the scout carry straps. Like this one right here, I moved the top scout carry strap to the bottom. So I had both at the bottom. And then threaded the straps through the belt loop on the standard sheath. And that's how I piggybacked that on there. And then I've got a Olight i5T EOS as a flashlight and a Exotac Fire Rod XL. And this is the Tier 1 Mini Gen 2, which is the older version. He's got a Gen 3 out now. And this is the Tier 1C in CPM 3V, 0.25 inch stock, 12 1/4 inch overall length. Oh, thanks, USMC. I appreciate it. Semper Fi from an Army guy. So yeah, that is the Phobos Tier 1C. And just to give you guys an idea, this is the Tier 1 Mini Gen 2. That's part of that set, and this is the Tier 1 Mini Gen 3. So you can see the difference. There's a lot more added to the blade stock, so it's going to last you longer through sharpenings and whatnot. But definitely a sweet blade. The Tier 1 Mini is, or Tier 1 Mini is CPM 154 steel. So, yeah, sorry guys, reading the comments, trying to keep up with that. So that's the difference between the Gen 2 and the Gen 3. The kind of, you know, there wasn't subtle changes, there were some major changes made, so definitely getting more bang for your buck with the Gen 3. But yeah, that's pretty much that system there. And if you want a lighter, more compact version, you can do something similar with the Tier 1 BC. If you get the leather sheath is an add-on. It comes standard with the Kydex. So if you get the leather sheath for the Tier 1 BC, you can do the same exact thing. The Tier 1 Mini works on here perfectly. I've done it a bunch of times. Next week I'll have the screwdrivers out, and I'll take everything apart and go through it next Friday at 8 or whatever. But you can do the same exact thing with the Tier 1 BC and the Tier 1C. Just you use the Mini instead of the Mini. And the Tier 1 BC is in Magna Cut. So awesome edge retention, all that Magna Cut pluses. It's a much lighter, it's a smaller stock, it's a slightly smaller knife, the Tier 1 BC. But similar capabilities. Oh yeah, chesty puller. We're going full jar head now. But yeah, so that's another option. Same thing, you can move the, once you move the scout strap down, you can move the ferrocium rod holder up to the top right. And then this fits perfectly right here, and you can throw your AAA flashlight or whatever right down the side here. So a bit like that. So that is the an option if you wanted to do the piggyback setup with the Tier 1 BC. Greetings from Egypt. I think you're the first one here from Egypt. Thanks for showing up, man. We definitely appreciate it. So yeah, so this is kind of the setup. And this is like not super custom, like I said. This is something you can do with your stock knife. So if you get the leather sheath for the Tier 1 BC, then yeah, it fits perfect. And then yeah, I did the AAA, the i3T EOS instead of the i5T, just to lighten it up. And same thing, instead of the 1/2-inch ferrocium rod, I went down to the standard was it 5/16, the Exotac Fire Rod V2. So this is I think this is going to become my favorite system. It's going to be these two knives piggybacked, and then the Calcula with this. This is going to be my little 3-piece do-it-all kind of set. But it's about 9:30 now. We ran about an hour and a half. If you guys want to check back in sooner than later, I'm going to start doing the Monday morning Bushcraft Brew Crew Sunday mornings. And then we'll have live chats Fridays until I get a few gear things situated and I can get back in the outdoors and do some outdoor videos, which is where this channel is really going. We're still going to run the lives and stuff, but I'm going to start doing long form videos outdoors and whatnot, and I'll do some coverage of knives and some gear reviews in the long form videos. So trying to get together some equipment and whatnot to make all that happen. But I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and hanging out with us. Maybe you learned something, maybe you laughed a little, maybe you met somebody new. But that's what we're aiming towards. Yeah, thanks, Joey. Looking forward to that Christmas present, man. You'll have to send us a picture. Um, but yeah, so those are the two live chats that we got going on Friday nights at 8, Sunday mornings 7:30, and we'll be adding to the long form videos hopefully sooner than later. So thanks again for coming on, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Be safe, keep it real, be well.